Good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy week 6. It is week 6 of the semester, which means that I have 10 more left. I know that I've been a little bit spotty between 4 and 6, and that's largely because I was having some real stress around my midterm for my rhythm analysis class. That class was an issue. I mean, it's an ongoing class, but it was an issue for the first few weeks because they postponed it. And then after postponing it, then the next week we didn't actually have class. We had to see a video and we didn't have a lecture and all sorts of things. And the first time that we ended up meeting was the week before the midterm. So we had 1 2-hour session and then it was like midterm. I was kind of freaking out about that. I did do very well. I got a 90.35%, I want to say. If you want to hear more about my grades, I can fill you in on that in just a second. But let me welcome people. Welcome to my channel. If you are thinking about studying sonography, then this is me, patiently woven. I am a first semester cardiovascular sonography student, and it has been a time. A good time, an interesting time, definitely a challenging time. Also, between 4 and 6, I'll be honest with you, like I'm doing these videos in the mornings at the start of my week. And when I wake up in the morning, I don't wake up like those other people on YouTube. Like, I'm not coming on here glamorizing my face and making it picture perfect. And so sometimes when you see a lot of that on YouTube, you feel like that's what you have to present. But listen, if you're here, I'm going to tell you, you're going to see me sometimes looking like this, and then you're going to see me sometimes looking like a dime. But in the morning, I wake up like this. The only thing that's different is that my bonnet is not on. Okay. So I have this headscarf on. By the way, I had like a little pimple here that I was toying with, and to allow myself to not to toy with it, I put this Band-Aid on here. So that's why the Band-Aid is on my head. It's a pimple and I don't want to mess with it. So that's why you see it. Good morning. Actually, it's almost afternoon. And a happy Friday. I'm in class. This is a smoothie. And I always get turned around because I'm looking for the bathroom. I always get turned around. But it's been such a busy week because I've only been able to, for week 4, start the vlog right now, unfortunately. And so I'm definitely a sit outside the school building on my break kind of person. I feel like I want to take it in while it's not wintertime yet and I'm not freezing. While the weather's nice, it's a nice cool breeze. So I did my cardio A&P class today, which was pretty good. Got a little bit boring, but I survived. Everyone was talking about the rhythm analysis class and how we all didn't do good this week. Got my lowest score of the week this week on a quiz. And it's largely really frustrating because we are in week 3 of this class. It's an 8-week class, and next week is supposed to be our midterm, and we haven't actually had the class yet. Like, we haven't sat in person for this class, and the video lessons have just been not great, for a better use of word. So we're all just trying to make it through, and we're hoping that we're going to get a lot of our questions answered this evening when we have our 5 to 7 class. But so far this week has just been busy, and that's why I haven't gotten a chance to sit down and vlog because I have an essay due this weekend, and so I was really focused on getting that done because it's been a long time since I've had to write a college length essay in APA format. So it's been interesting, y'all. Good morning, and happy Friday. It's Friday, so I am heading to class this morning. I don't know why my voice sounds like this. I actually haven't, probably because I haven't said much of anything since this morning. I say things in the morning, but I haven't said anything. So there's that. It is probably, I can't see my watch. Let's check. Whew. Come on, man. Say the thing. It's 8:50. It's 8:50. I have to be to class about 9 o'clock. It has been a relatively good week in terms of schoolwork. Thank goodness. I've largely had to study for my first ultrasound exam, which I'll talk to you about later. I had a poster project due, which I finished up, and I will show you in a second. But so far, week 5 has been coming along pretty well. All right, so this is my poster. I'm attempting to show you this while I'm walking, but I had to, hey, let's put it on the ground. I had to do a poster on the parts of the heart muscle. And so this is what it looks like. Sarcomere, myofibrils, cardiomyocytes. And I could have either done a poster or an essay. And I wrote an essay last week and had to write an essay the week before that. So when offered the option to make a poster, I said, yes, I am no artiste, but I will do this. I actually ended up having to do it in crayon because my idea was that I would do it in color pencil. However, when I tried color pencil, you couldn't see anything, like nothing on the poster board. So that was kind of sad. But anyway, thank goodness I had some crayons, but I've got to go. And I will see you guys soon. All right, breakfast of champs. Coke, party mix, and this donut that I stuffed into my bag as I was running out today, which is now smushed. Oh my goodness, it's kind of smushed. But anyway, that's what we're doing. Now, 2.5 hours. It is 4 minutes to 9. Class is from 9 to 11:30.
And now I can read signals from the left side of the heart. So we'll put 4 of these catheters in, one by the sinus node, one by the AV node, one out the CS, one in the right ventricle. So you're measuring the sinus node, the AV node, and the Purkinje.
But it's week 6. Trying to be motivated, very motivated with my studies. I have another midterm next week, week 7. And so that's interesting. It's interesting that I have it week 7 and we still go until 16. So far, if you're looking for a grades update, my grades are actually pretty good. I did take my first ultrasound test, first official exam of the semester. I wasn't terribly thrilled with my grade. I got an 80, and I wanted something more in the 90s. I strive for things to be more in the 90s, but this is our first exam, so I kind of have an idea now on how she words questions, what's the look of it. It was a lengthy test. It was 73 questions, so it was a lot to remember and a lot of detail. So I know there's a part of me that should be like, yes, this is your first time studying this. You knew nothing about this prior to this. You managed an 80. You should be happy and proud, but I'm still a little I got an 80. Anyway, let's jump into it.
Hey, I'd surprise you. Whoa, you look sexy. You going on a date?
Yeah, 2 women of it. Very nice.
Oh, hope they can cook.
And clean.
Okay, now we got the repartee out the way. What's up, handsome?
It's a cocktail.
So let's talk grades. Also did not realize I left the kitchen light on all this time. But wanted to fill you in on grades, but I'll do that as I go outside to check on all the things, all the gardening things. And let me sit on the rocking chair real quick so I can give you an update and continue to give you an update. This is still very much the beginning, but it's week 6. And I have a course that's gonna end in 2 weeks. Oh, there's more to tell you guys. Anyway, so from lowest to highest, my sonography, my beginning ultrasound physics and instrumentation, 84%. Next up would be my rhythm analysis class. I currently have a 90 GPA. My cardiovascular anatomy and physiology, I have a 93.17 GPA. My medical law and ethics, I have a 95.07 GPA. And my intro to healthcare, I currently have a 96% GPA. So it's going good. It's going good. I cannot complain. I get a little Larry sharing in the beginning about these things because time is changing and it's in the very beginning. And as you take more tests and all sorts of things, grades fluctuate. But I am happy with where I am now. I don't know that this will be where I will be in another 10 weeks. But I'm happy with where I am now. And so here we are. I am slowly but surely paring down all of my plants from the summertime because it is definitely about that time. So you'll notice it getting smaller. Like I took that one out. There was one that was down there that I'm taking out. I'm giving this a little bit more time because there's two, big tomatoes growing in there. But once they fully ripen, I'm done with this plant. I have a few cherry tomatoes here that you see. I have more cherry tomatoes there. After I pull the cherry tomatoes from these various plants this week, I am going to take them down. All right, so I still have my peppers here growing nicely, which is really nice and exciting because this is the first year I managed to get them to actually grow. And so that's what's happening there. For an update on the eggplant plants that I've been growing, they're growing. And I'm getting a handle on my little critters that I had eating up on these leaves. And so that seems to be going pretty well. But I'm not certain that these will grow, guys. So there's that. And then I have a few here. Tomatoes, oh my goodness. Peppers. And the thing about these is that they appear to be, let's go down, purple. That they may start off purple, which is interesting. Say hi to a sleepy kitty. This is one of their newest things. Say hi. He's very sleepy. He was sleeping just now. Then his sissy poo is upstairs, sleeping while I worked on schoolwork. Yes. They're getting so big, you know, like so big, but so cute. See, but so cute. Packing up for a camping trip, which I may vlog. I don't see why not. So if you like camping, I do happen to really love camping. I am packing for a camping trip. I actually have 2, tentatively 3 planned for this fall. And so this is me putting everything together in the living room. And then once I get done manually going through my checklist to make sure I have everything, then I'm going to end up moving it to the garage. So this is currently its storing place. And then in the garage, I'll show you there's some things down there too. And then just these two, that's my tent. Well, the one that I'm taking for this particular trip. When I go on my camping trips, I'll show you various ones that I have. And then this is the cooler. I don't think I'm gonna bring this cooler though, because this cooler is Mondo size and I don't need this size cooler from what I'm doing. Since it's like a weekend trip, I need a much smaller one. So I'm probably just going to end up buying a smaller one because I have small and then huge. It needs to be a middle-sized one. And so here's a bit of a secret, which let me tell you, it's probably gonna seem kind of crazy, but I'm just gonna fill you in. So I am hoping to line up the finishing of my degrees at the same time. So I'm currently going for my degree in cardiovascular sonography, which ultimately ends up being an associate's in cardiovascular technology, which fits into a whole bunch of things: invasive, non-invasive, electrophysiology, all sorts of things. But prior to finishing my prerequisites for this program and getting into this program to go to this school, I only had 5 classes left to finish my associates in biology or science, my associates in science. And so there's only 5 of those left. And so I'm hoping to finish those while doing this before getting done, which is a crap ton of work. Let me tell you, crap ton of work. Anyway, so to get towards that, one of the things I did was I signed up for 2 classes for this semester for a shorter semester. So when my rhythm analysis class ends at my current school, and October, like that same week, I will end up starting 2 shorter classes, 2 10-week sessions for my other degree. And so one is going to be in religions of the world, and the other is going to be United States history, I believe, after 1865. And as you guys know, I'm not working. If you don't know that, I should link you to the video that talks about that. And so there's time, but the question is, do I have the brainwidth for it? The energy to do this? Because I'm going to go from 5 to 7 classes, and I don't know. But we're trying it. We're being super motivated. We're trying it. We have chosen to sacrifice about a good 3 years of my life in doing career changing things. And so I'm putting forth all the effort that I can, because I feel like this is the time to do it. Because when I get done, I want to be mostly done. In case you're wondering how my plan, like what my plan was for timing, I thought to myself, not that I was going to take 2 classes this first semester. I did not think that. I thought, okay, well, for each semester I have in school, I will take 1 additional class at my other school. That was the idea. Because my particular program, I don't have classes in the summertime. Thank the good Lord. But that gives me the time to be able to do something like take 1 additional class, 2 semesters in the summer, total of 6 between now and the time that I would end up finishing. I just happened to be able to get a scholarship for this particular semester. And so instead of doing 1, I decided to do 2, since this is money that's being given to me, you know? So yes, that's kind of the idea. So I may take 1 next semester, but then again, I may not, because I will, by that time, I'll be in my clinicals and in the hospital and doing skills lab and all those things. And so fun fact, 1, I'm waiting for tea. I am not done with my advent calendar from last year, my David's Tea advent calendar. There is so much tea in it, and I did not diligently drink it every single day. And even on the days that I did, there's enough for at least 2 cups in every box. So 24 days, you double that, 48, whatever. So I have been going back through it so that I can finish it prior to getting this year's, because I do plan on getting this year's, and it actually is already out. So if you love tea, I would suggest the 24 days of tea. But in any case, I'm gonna do this one, which looks so cool. I pulled it out and was like, yes. And this is the North Star one. Let's check and see what's in there. All right, North Star says sugar, orange peel, nanamint, brittle, which is sugar and hazelnut, White Star sprinkles, natural orange and vanilla flavoring, lemongrass, moringa leaf, spinach, orange blossom. Very nice, an herbal infusion. And no caffeine. That's what those little dots are there. So that should be good. All my tea loving friends, the loose leaf tea ones here, y'all. Do you see this? Do you see how good that looks? Oh, it's so good. Oh, this on my nails, by the way, is an Essie polish called Big Spender. Oh, that's gonna be so yummy. I'm sure it is. Sure, it's gonna be delightful. So I was sitting here thinking, I don't know what I filmed this week for my vlog, for my weekly school vlog at all. I think I might have filmed Monday or Tuesday, possibly. Not 100% sure, but here I am. I was sitting here, and it's Thursday. And so Thursday is the day before I actually go into class, since I go into class on Fridays. And so I was printing out some things that I needed for my rhythm analysis class. I was laminating some things that I need just for life, which I'll show you. And then I was about to go get me some Chinese food for lunch. Things that I have to do today before tomorrow. 1, I just have to get my medical law and ethics discussion finished up. And so that's what I'm trying to get done today. I do like to rewatch my cardiovascular anatomy and physiology videos on Thursdays, because on Friday mornings, I have a 2.5-hour class, and she usually goes over things, and you kind of want to make sure you can remember. Because that class is so dense and so full of information, I usually first watch the lectures on Mondays. But by the time I get to Thursday, y'all, sometimes I remember a good portion of it. Sometimes I don't, because I'm doing so much other work. So yes, I'm going to rewatch that lecture. And so far it's been good. It's the end of the season for my plants, so I may show you that. I started taking them out. And then I enjoy fires in the afternoon. So I've actually been putting them in the fire pit along with some wood. I would say don't do that. I don't actually suggest it because burning green makes for lots of smoke. So if you don't want that experience, don't do it, but that's just happened to be the way that I do it. Just put it in my fire pit, and then I go ahead and put some wood on top, and then I fire it up, which I'll show you a little clip of. It's definitely not yet, you know, like cool enough for a fire, but every now and then when I'm getting done with some of my plants over there and it's end of season, I just put it in this little fire pit thing along with some wood and burn it off a bit. We have a little bit of wind, but it's definitely not cold enough in Virginia yet for a fire, but sitting by the fire is always nice, no matter the time of year. That's what I'm doing. Sitting here, have my long socks on so the mosquitoes don't get me. I have my, what was water, but now it's just ice, my cup cover. This is the packet that I just printed out for my rhythm analysis class for tomorrow. So in the evening, it's like a 2-hour class, and she usually has a packet that she wants you to bring into class. So she always requests that we do not fold these out before time because she's gonna go over them in class and give some time for us to do it. The things that I was printing out and laminating were some of these little HelloFresh recipe papers. So when I first started school the very first summer, I did HelloFresh because I took so many credits, and you'll see that in a recent video that I actually filmed today, but this video will come out later. I did a video on school and what it feels like to be a mature student. Anyway, I did HelloFresh that first summer, and I saved a few things that I liked from it. And now I'm back to doing HelloFresh. I do it once a month. And so I just started it this month, and I got 2 meals. This one and that one. I had a little issue with delivery, but that's a long story. So anyway, the ones that I like and enjoy and want to keep, I laminate them so I can create a little bit of a recipe book. So that's what I was doing with this month's stuff. I'm pretty sure the kitties are asleep because they are right here. I'm sitting in the little like craft room area part, and the sunroom is right off of that. And so they are in the sunroom just chilling out. The door's open, I'll show you. Let's try to sneak up on them. Let's see. Oh, he popped up. He's like, wait, what are you doing? See? Well, she was laying here with her little eyes closed, but then I came in. And then you see him over there. He was laying down also with his eyes closed, but then I popped in. All right, so let's order some Chinese food. It isn't lunch special time because it's about time for me to have a little break. I oftentimes get the same things. If you're wondering what that is, I'll get chicken and broccoli with white rice. I will get shrimp and broccoli with fried rice. I've had like a chicken pancit before. Or pancit, do they say pancit? Pancit. Those are the main things that I order. I like fried chicken wings and fried rice as well. That's usually pretty good. I like spare rib tips with fried rice, which is pretty good. I don't change it up too often, but I think I'm gonna actually do beef and broccoli today because I don't do that often at all. So let's do that. We're gonna do beef and broccoli and then go pick it up. I decided to stop by the supermarket since it's near to the grocery store because I need to get my kitten some cat treats. So I just got their whole like big bag of food, and then I give them once a week some like meat food as well. But I've not had any little treats for them in a little bit, and that's largely because they found them and then they ripped into the bag and then they ate them all. So it's been a little while since they've had treats, but we're gonna find something today. And this is pretty much what I mean by treats, just like a little treat. I give them like 3 or 4, 5 in a day each. And so they've mostly had these two and they enjoy them. And then I've also given them this one, which I've actually really liked for them. This Rachel Ray soft spots as well. So I don't know. I'm gonna see, but that's what's happening in here. And the cat food out. I might get me a treat as well, like some cake or something. Good call. I ended up just getting the ones they had before. The little kitten treats. Got me a treat, this vanilla cake. And then I ended up getting a Pepsi and the beef and broccoli. And oftentimes when I go, I usually just get soy sauce and hot mustard. How many of you guys like hot mustard? I really enjoy the Chinese restaurants' hot mustard. This is the food that they normally eat, just in case you guys were curious. This is what size bag is this? A 14-pound bag. So yeah, kitten chow is what they'll be on for the first year of their life, and they're only about 5 months now. So we got a while with this stuff.